Well, good morning, my friend. Welcome to the Pastor's Podcast this Friday morning, the end of the week, the work week. I hope that you've had a wonderful work week here. Had a good day yesterday out soul winning with one of my assistant pastors. He and I were able to lead three people to Christ, and I think we've got them coming to church on Sunday. That's always a good thing. That's what you ought to pray for, that you lead people to Christ. I've always said that's the easy part. Hard part is getting them to church. These are good people, and I believe they'll be in church on this Sunday, and I'm always excited about that. Now, we are just a bit over 4 weeks away from the Old Paths Conference. I want to encourage you right now, if you plan on coming, to register for it. Would you do that? Go to oldpathsconference.com, and we're having a good registration. I'm looking forward to a great attendance and seeing what God can do in the lives of people, and I'd encourage you to come and see what we can do to be a challenge and an encouragement to you. I think that would be a wonderful thing if we could fill it up, show them, hey, it can still happen the old time ways. You know, too many times we're trying to find a new way to do things, and too many people have strayed from the old time religion just because they're trying to attract a crowd. I told someone just the other day, we don't try to attract, we try to reach. And in reaching, you will attract. But our focus is to reach, not to attract, to reach. When you keep reaching as your focus, you'll be surprised. It'll attract people because you're doing something that nobody else is doing, and you grow that way. I hope that you'd find that to be a help to you. Well, today I want to talk to you about the blessings of faithful. In Proverbs chapter 28, verse 20, the scripture says, a faithful man shall abound with blessings, but he that maketh haste to be rich shall not be innocent. Now, when I think of people who God used in the past, one glaring thing that comes from their lives is that they were in one place for a long time. My pastor, Dr. Jack Hiles, pastor of the First Baptist Church in Hammond, Indiana, for 42 years. No wonder God used him. Dr. Lee Robertson, my first pastor, pastor of the Highland Park Baptist Church for 37 years. No wonder God blessed him. Dr. Bobby Robertson, pastor of the Gospel Light Baptist Church, get this now, for 61 years. No wonder he took a small church and built it to this couple thousand that he had, because he was in a place for a long time. One thing you will notice about these men is that they pastored for decades. And likely this is the reason God blessed their ministries greatly. I think of my good friend, Dr. Jack Treber. I think he's been at that church. I think 4 decades now. And it's no wonder that his church is doing wonderful out there. He's pastored there a long time. And my friend, there's something about being faithful in the same place for all those years. Now, too many people, they want God's blessings immediately when his blessings happen over decades. And that's important that you understand that. God says a faithful man shall abound with blessings. Now, the key to the blessings is being faithful. You don't measure faithfulness in months or in a few years, but you measure faithfulness in decades. Too many younger people want God's blessings after a few years of doing something, but his greatest blessings come on those who are faithful over decades. Now, one of the key words in the verse I read to you is the word blessings. The word is plural. In other words, you can have God's blessings or you can have God's blessings depending on how long you're faithful. Okay, so let me illustrate what I mean. You can have a blessing, singular, or you can have blessings, plural. You can do right for a short time and have blessing, or you can do right for years and have blessings. You can run your bus route for a short time and have blessing, or you can stay on that bus route and work it for years and have blessings. This could be said about pastoring a church. You can pastor a church for a few years and have blessing, or you can pastor it for decades and have blessings. You can teach your Sunday school class for a few years and have blessing, or you can say, I want to stay in this class and do it for decades and have blessings. You can serve God for a short time and have blessing, or you can serve God for decades and have blessings. You see, some people see God's blessing, singular, and quit, while others are faithful for decades and experience his blessings. I want to give you 3 thoughts what it means to be faithful. First, you can't be faithful if you don't have opportunity, if you don't have opportunities not to be faithful. Now, One difference between those who have God's blessings, plural, and those who are only blessed, singular, is that those who have God's blessings were faithful when difficulties demanded that they quit. Now, you'll never see God's blessings if you quit when adversity comes. Part of God's blessings is knowing that you didn't quit when you faced adversity. It's easy to be faithful when times are easy, but true faithfulness is not quitting when adversity arises. If you want God's blessings, then you have to be faithful despite the trials and the adversities that you face. Second, you will never see blessings, plural, if faithfulness is not a part of your character. Faithfulness is a choice. You have a choice whether to quit or continue. Nobody makes you quit. You choose to quit. You will never get God's blessings without choosing to continue when difficulties arise. People of character don't know what it means to quit because they've taken quit out of their options. If you're going to be faithful, then you have to make faithfulness a character choice, and you throw quitting out. You say, I'm not going to quit. That's not an option. I want to do right. Third, you can't be faithful without continuing for a length of time. God's blessings come on those who continue to do what they're supposed to do for decades. The fruit of faithfulness doesn't grow in a few months, but it is harvested in decades. Now you have to decide: do you want to be faithful? If you're going to be faithful for just a short time and then quit and only see God's blessing, or are you going to be faithful to the day you die and see the blessings of God, plural, on your life? Now, don't stop what you're supposed to be doing when you have a blessing. Listen to me. You continue until you see God's blessing on your life. My friend, the difference between those who are successful soul winners and those who are not, one of the keys is you got to be faithful over and over again. I'm 54 years of age. I led my first person to Christ when I was 7 years of age. That means for over 40 years, I've been going soul winning. And now I'm not going to say every week I've seen someone saved since I was 7 years of age, but I can tell you this: since I was a teenager, I've been seeing people saved on a weekly basis, and especially as an adult. I probably missed a few weeks as a teenager, but as an adult, when I went into ministry, I made sure I never went a week without seeing somebody saved. Now, my friend, you've got to work at this thing of soul winning. You've got to work on this thing of being faithful. No matter what it is, be faithful, not just for a short time. You've got to be faithful for years and years and years and decades. Stop looking. Hey, preacher, stop looking for another church. Well, my church, this is all I got. Oh, my friend, you got such a small vision of your God. Be faithful for decades. People have asked me, I've had people ask me about my church here. I'm here at my church, Maranatha Baptist Church. Do you ever plan on going anywhere else? No, I came here to die. Now, I plan on serving God here till the day I die. I'm not looking for a greener pasture. This is the best. These are the best people in all the world that I get. I mean, I get to pastor great people. There, I feel sorry for every other pastor because you got second-rate people compared to me. I've got great people, and I mean this. And they're just wonderful people, and I love serving God with them. They're like family to me, and they are family. We're a family unit serving the Lord together. Now, there's something about that. Now, my friend, now you need to stop looking everywhere else. You need to bury yourself where you are, get involved in what you're doing, and just decide, I'm going to be faithful for decades. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to be faithful to God for decades. I want to die serving God, die doing right, die teaching my class, die preaching, die running a bus route, die just doing right. Why? Because that's when blessings, God's blessings are coming. 54 years young, my friend, I've seen God's blessings. Been doing this thing. I've been in ministry for over 3 decades, nearly 4. Now, can I tell you, you have to understand, God's been good to me, but that's because of people see the blessings and they want it right now. Well, I've been doing this for a long time. My friend, I learned one thing: you just keep doing right. Never quit. The blessings will come. Don't stop when the blessing is there. Keep going. Keep doing right. And then you'll experience blessings. Well, I hope this is a great help to you today. Now, let's remember today, be good to everyone. Everyone's having a tough time. Have a great weekend, my friend.